Big Spring Mayor Larry McClellan says he's concerned that veteran services are being cut in a time where there's more need. Police say thieves that are targeting homes are first knocking on the front door, and if no one answers, going to the back door and breaking in. Presidio High School students in these classrooms are getting a head start on college. And as you can see behind me, there's plenty of water on the road. The county says they are seeing more 18-wheelers drive down their roads daily, literally crushing their streets. Allows veterans to come to the VA hospital, walk into a room, and talk to a doctor hours away in Albuquerque. Due to the lack of staff, EMS might not be able to station ambulances at local high school football games. That's right, the lights are back on here in Stanton. Interim Superintendent Chris Wigington says it all boils down to classroom size. She was driving northbound in the left-hand lane on 1788, and less value means less money for the county. This broken window is just one bit of evidence that leads fire marshals to believe that people are breaking into these buildings. Depending on who you talk to, this $3 increase to pick up your trash is either a necessary cost of doing business when you fell into the ravine from a drop-off like this.
Andrew?
Tatum, people I talk to say the bottom line is A Street means more stoplights and crosswalks. This is the only crosswalk for about half a mile of road, and people I talked to said they would rather make a run for it than come this far out to legally cross. We staked out 8th Street for just about half an hour and watched as people dashed across the street as traffic traveling around 45 miles per hour sped towards them. They jaywalked just feet from where a 90-year-old man was struck by a car and killed a little over a month ago. Markings from pieces of the car in the wreck still line the pavement.
It certainly makes me very wary whenever I cross the street.
Daryl McElye says he knows the danger, but he still crosses between car lots where he works.
You just have to be patient and wait for traffic to clear out enough on both sides and have faith.
Another jaywalker we talked to lives in the area and crosses to get to a gas station almost daily. He says without crosswalks, the danger will continue.
It's caused too many deaths already and too many people getting hit. You know, that's not right.
City officials say they haven't received any complaints. Therefore, there are no plans for a crosswalk or traffic light. Still, they say a crosswalk might not do the trick.
It's 7 lanes of traffic. That's a lot of lanes of traffic to try to put in a crosswalk, for example. And even that does not guarantee any kind of safety. Now, I also asked the city if a skywalk would work. That way traffic could flow through while pedestrians safely crossed. They say that would be incredibly expensive, but it all boils down to people voicing their concerns. If you have a suggestion, you are encouraged to contact the city. Reporting live in Odessa, Andrew Bovin, CBS 7 News.
There's my fireplace tools.
If you met Anita Necht, you wouldn't think her home just burned down in a chimney fire.
But that's where the fire was coming out.
Throughout our interview, she was as jubilant as ever.
He said, "What's your emergency?" And I said, "My house is on fire." He said, "Did you say fire?" I said, "Fire!"
After all, no one was hurt.
I'm sad about it, but it's things, and we can replace what we need of it.
She wanted to show us photos of the immaculate house, but her phone and computer burned with the rest of her possessions.
Living room, my husband's office was right here.
2 years ago, her family fought off the Rock House fires for 12 hours, using buckets of water from the swimming pool.
And they were carrying buckets of water to where it was worse. The house was on fire, the garage was on fire, this house was on fire.
Tragedy has now struck twice this year for Anita. Her husband died in April, and now 2 days before Thanksgiving, the home they built is no more.
I'm glad he wasn't here to see this. It would have hurt him too much.
Thankfully, her son was spending the night. He noticed the house on fire and got her out. Now she plans to rebuild her home.
I'm going to rebuild. It won't be anything near this nice, but it'll be good enough for me.
A pine tree in the yard serves as her inspiration. It was completely burned in the Rock House fires and recently started sprouting needles again. It shows her that new beginnings can come from a pile of ashes. With the click of a mouse, sophomore Ayeli Quieres earns college credit.
You have to balance your usual high school work with your college work, and you have to meet certain deadlines.
Ax squared.
It's all part of a new learning environment, preparing her and other students for college success. Presidio High School is hundreds of miles away from the nearest university, so the early college high school is 100% online.
Because of the situation in Presidio, the early college provides an opportunity for our children that they couldn't get anywhere else.
Middle English is actually a lot easier.
Once a month, professors from UTPB, which has partnered with the high school, make the 4-hour journey down to Presidio to help students with their lessons and keep them on track.
We're teaching them how to write all of their papers for the rest
of college and getting them thinking about life beyond college.
Dr. Nicole Ruja says she noticed immediate results in the students.
They are engaging, they get into the material, we have lots of discussions.
The border town has limited opportunities, and many students like Kieres can't afford a college education. This program makes her dreams of becoming a clinical psychologist a reality.
And instead of paying 4 years with your basics, I already have my basics, and I can just pay for my master's.